Oops. What's going on there? Good evening. What happened there? Welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Sunday, the 23rd of February 2025. And it's the last one before the start of storm season 25. And it's not just me tonight. I've got our Liz, but she's out and about. So let's bring Liz in. Can you hear me, Liz?
I can. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Excellent.
So what are you up to?
I thought I'd pop over to Anglesey to see what the water levels were like and what the wind speeds were like. So I'm just driving back from Anglesey. So please excuse me if I disappear because I'm driving through the Dee Valley currently.
Oh, the Dee Valley, did you say?
Yes.
That's is that right? Wales, is it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm on my way back from Snowdonia. I went to Bethgelert.
Oh.
I went up the Llanberis Pass. So I'm just on my way home. So I'm coming through the edge of Mid Wales, I guess, coming over the border. I'm just going into Corwin.
Okay. Have you experienced any flooding or anything like that on your way back?
Yes, I actually sent you a couple of video clips that I took while I was coming through Llanberis down into Bethgelert. So I wasn't expecting to join you, but I happened to pull over right at the right time to get onto the StreamYard link. So if I drop out, I'll leave you to it because I know the signal's going to be bad around here.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem. So what I'll do is I'll leave you on the background and just say hello to everybody that's joined us. There's currently 12 people watching, which is not a bad start to a Sunday. So the first person in the comments was Suits. Hello, hope you're all having a good day. Well, it's been okay. We've had one of those weeks where everything seems to be breaking down on us. I want to say everything. Since Tuesday, we've had our wash machine gone, the Hoover's packed in, our shower's now gone, our blockage in our drainage. So yeah, not bad for the screen in a second. So yeah, it's been a very funny few days really here. Good evening to Lee Stevens. Good evening to Laura Johnson. Hope you're all well. Good evening to Chris A. Good evening to Matthew. Good evening all. It's very miserable out there. Looks like we're all wet for a wet first half of March. I've not seen extended range as myself as yet, but I will do this coming week. Who else have we got this evening? Audio coffee, no notifications again. Had to rely on cunning and instinct, but good evening all. Good evening to you, Audio Coffee. Good evening to Anne Smith. Hope you're well. Audio has been very windy today. Sorry, it's been very windy today, and the weather's been awful too. I was right the first time, wasn't I? There's me trying to be funny, and you are a bit windy. Let's scroll down the comments. Good evening to our mod, PJ, Paul James. Thank you for coming this evening, and also Steffi as well. Good evening to you. Who else do we have this evening? Let's scroll down. Here's our yellow machine. Here's Rachel. Good evening to you. I did my shopping on Tuesday and it confused the living daylights of me because it was skewed the rest of the week up. Oh, Not sure if you're talking to someone else about that. Good evening to Kirk Thorne. Thank you for joining us this evening. Oh, you normally shop on a Thursday. Okay, got you. When you get out your routine, it does throw you a little bit, doesn't it? Let's scroll down, scroll down. Right. It's the bottom of the chat. I can see you do about football there. Oh, everything seems to be okay if you're not a Manchester United fan, believe me. But we're not going to go into that conversation. Right, let's hide that money on there. So yeah, today's been, well, the weekend's been the weekend of two halves. It was lovely and sunny on Saturday, and today it's just been piss poor. So what we'll do, we'll take a look at the latest radar. It is also pouring down here at the studio. Well, say studio, kitchen. Let's bring that. Manchester United near a major reset this summer. Yeah. We need something, otherwise we're going to play in the Championship the season after, if we're not careful. Right, so let's bring the screen share up and bring up the latest radar. So here's the latest radar from netweather.tv, and you can see it's wet across England and Wales. It's just up towards Scotland. There's quite a few heavy showers around, especially in western areas, probably Western Hills. Also, we've got it's like a line of showers affecting western areas of Ireland, then to the southwest of Ireland as well. But the main thing is this area of rain here. Just play that forward. I thought if I can find the button to play it forward, unless I have to go to a different one. I'm not going blind. There we are, animation. I was going blind. So this has been the rainfall. So it's been on off most of the day through much of England, Wales, but the last few hours, more of that rain's coming into the western areas, starts to cross the country. This will continue to progress its way eastwards during the night. There is a weather warning out for this rain. So let's bring that onto the screen. So we have an amber warning out currently for, I'll take myself off there. For South Wales, for the amber, right? Yeah, amber. Come on, get your teeth in. So there's your amber warning there for South Wales. So rain will become persistent heavy throughout the remainder of Sunday, clearing to the east overnight, but followed by showers into Monday morning. Accumulations of 50 to 70 millimetres are expected widely over high ground well inland, with the most exposed hills potentially receiving 80 to 100 millimetres. This may lead to some surface and river flooding. In addition, strong south to southwesterly winds will also accompany the rain. And also with this, let me just zoom out a bit so we can see. We've got a couple of yellow rain warnings out. This one here for much of central southern Wales. So virtually the same what's on the other warning there. Just make sure it's not, yes. So the yellow warning, 20 to 40 millimetres expected widely. And again, over the exposed areas, 80 to 100 millimetres is possible. Let's just zoom that down into the southwest, into parts of Devon and Cornwall. So again, rain will become persistent heavy throughout Sunday, clearing into the east overnight, followed by showers into Monday morning. Accumulation of 20 to 40 millimetres expected widely across the warning area, with the heaviest rain over high ground, especially in the south-southwest facing slope. As much as 70 to 100 metres may fall over Dartmoor. Rain again will also be accompanied by strong to south to southwesterly winds, making for poor tropical conditions. And these warnings do expire. So look at this when this one expires. So the yellow rain warning for Wales expires at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. The amber warning expires at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And the warning for the southwest expires at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And currently there's no other warnings for the rest of this week, but we shall see if that changes in the next few days. Let's go back onto the live chat. Just want to check in with Liz, see if she's okay. You okay, Liz?
Yeah, all good. Road conditions are okay. It's raining constantly, but it's not too bad at all.
As long as you're all safe and well through those country lanes.
Yeah, I'm currently on the A5, so it's a fairly major route, so it's okay.
Would that take you to Shrewsbury way, wouldn't it?
Yes. We'll see what it's like when I get to the point where I get to the edge of the Wye Valley, I guess. That'll be my next point of where I'm expecting to see some flooding.
Does the A5 also take you by through Welshpool? Have you already been through Welshpool?
That's a very good question. Bear with me. Yes, it does. So I will be coming down through mid Wales, kind of down to Shrewsbury, not quite as far south as Welshpool. So yeah, I'm not far from Llangollen at the moment. So I'm then going to be cutting south and then east from there.
Excellent. As I just take extra care, obviously, we've had some gusty winds as well, so I'm guessing because you've been on the main road, there won't be any disruption.
Yeah, like I say, the sticking point will be where the main roads cross the big rivers, because the water level is very high. So with the runoff from Bachainog, the Brecon Beacons, and from Eryri, from Snowdonia, everything's coming down to the Severn. So where all the rivers meet, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, basically. So
yeah.
The Glaslyn in Bethgelert, which I sent you a video of, I don't know if you want to quickly check it, or like I haven't sworn or anything, just so you can see the height and the speed of the water that's running. So it is going to cause problems, especially if the rain's going to continue for any considerable length of time, because it's just all the water running off the mountains.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring up the latest flood warnings, actually. Did you say you not long Llanflenin, did you say?
Llangollen.
Llangollen, I'm trying to work out what that is. Ah, yes. Yes, I can see that now. Just to the north of Ostry.
Yes. So I'm just getting to the Ruthin turnoff on the A5, if anybody knows that area. Not far from Horseshoe Pass. So, yeah, like I say, the roads are okay, but I know the rivers are very, very high, and I've where the wash off from the hills is just coming straight down off the hills, straight onto the roads, and the storm drains aren't coping. So I've seen bubbling drains and bits and pieces. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see when the rivers start meeting up and getting bigger and bigger, quite how much problems there are going to be, especially around the Wye Valley and the trouble spots around there, and then into the Severn, as the Severn peaks tomorrow. That will be interesting to see in terms of flood warnings as well.
Yeah, there's a flood warning for the River Severn. That's the Vernway. Is that the River Severn? That's the upper team. So there's no flood warning out as I can see at the moment for the River Severn.
There might be a watch because they'll just be keeping an eye on as this runoff collects, because there's a delay, there's a lag, isn't there? As it all comes off the mountains, there's a bit of a lag as it all accumulates and then gets confined within the valleys.
Yeah. At the minute, the warnings out for the parts of the West Midlands, because obviously the Welsh one's completely different, like environmental agency. We've got the Severn Vernway confluence and also the Turn and Parry catchments, but that's towards North Shrewsbury. I know the Severn runs to the south through Shrewsbury southwards.
Yes, yeah. I'm just alongside the River Dee actually, so I've just got into the outskirts of Llangollen, and the River Dee runs through Llangollen. So I'm going to see if I can find a spot to see how fast the River Dee is running. I don't know if I'm going to get a viewpoint, but I'll let you know if I do.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So yeah, there's the latest warnings from that area. Not too far from where Liz is. Obviously, the Welsh have got a different environmental agency for their flood. I wonder if I can find that right now. Just bear with me. I found it. Oh dear. Right, bring that onto the screen. This is the Welsh Environmental Agency. I've just tagged myself off the bottom of the screen there. So yeah, looks like virtually the whole of Wales, most of the whole country is under a flood watch at the minute. So where do you start? Just bear with, it's the first time I've been on this Welsh one. So currently for Wales, there are 11 flood warnings and 32 flood alerts. So for the River Usk from Brecon to, this is going to test my Welsh, Llangwyn, the River Tor at Cladach, Glash, and you are really testing me with this Welsh, Llanstawi. Apologies for the pronunciations. The River Ely at Peterston, Super Ely. The River Taff at Porcana Fields in Cardiff. The River Taff at the Upper Boat. The River Taff at Pontypridd. The River Lower Clydach at Clydach Bridge. The River Neath at Aberdalius. The River Towie isolated properties between Llandelio and Abergweli? I don't know. No, Abergweli. But you're laughing at me trying to pronounce these Welsh names. It's your turn next, Liz. River Cardiff at Lurline areas. And River Lochor at Amerford and Llandabry. I can see why I don't do the Welsh warnings. So let's zoom into where Liz is right now. So yeah, Liz is currently around about this area. Where is she? I think it's around about this area here. So in the Vyrnwy catchment, let's click into that. Flooding of low-lying lands and roads. Expected rainfall is currently affecting this area. River levels will be above normal levels. Roads close to the Mayford Bridge and the B4393 near Llan Santisfred Bridge and the B4398 at Newbridge. Llan Mendech could also be affecting the rise of levels. We'll continue to monitor the situation. So virtually, Liz is in this area here. So potentially, she said the river levels are rising in this area right now. Let's have a look at the comments. No doubt you all laugh at me trying to speak Welsh. Oh wow. You have been busy on the chat tonight. Let's have a scroll through. Let's have a look. Steph was saying that the wind has picked up here in the Midlands. How about everywhere else? It's been fairly gusty here as well, virtually in the central of the UK. Let's scroll down. No surprise that Rachel is wearing yellow, by the way. And Rachel, the yellow banners will be changing next week because it will be our premiere for Storm Season 25 next week. So obviously this is the last time you'll see the yellow banners until the end of Storm Season 25. Matthew's also saying it's been very windy here today as well. Five tips for staying safe in heavy rain. I know the only one I need. Stay inside. Good evening to James, one of our mods. James098. Good evening all. Wet and windy here. Had a few great thunderstorms during the week here. Plenty of flashes and booms. Oh, yes, there was a few showers around. I think it was on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Hope you enjoyed them. If you've got any footage of that, feel free to share it to our Weather Fans Facebook page. Oh, lovely, Chris. Paul. We used to have an old lady that came in and asked for a pink milkshake and chips, then sat down and take her false teeth out and put them onto the table. I should have drank. I wonder if she would have drank the milkshake first before putting the teeth out, then put them on the table and the teeth would chattering because they're cold. Let's have a look through. Rachel's been through Welshpool. I think I've been through Welshpool myself. I think a couple of times I've been over towards Barmouth. Chris is saying, very interested to Liz driving, but a great idea to see the water levies. Lee's saying, a lot of my family are from Welshpool, not far from me. Audio's not been to Wales since the 1980s. Probably hasn't changed at all, has it? In the last 50 years nearly. I've been to Shrewsbury, that near. Not too far from where Liz is. I think it's just the northwest of where Liz is right now, if I'm not mistaken. Lee actually was born in Shrewsbury Hospital. A5 towards Osprey and onto Shrewsbury. Actually, that's a good question I'm thinking of. Lee, is it Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury? I've always say it as the time of the shrew, as in Shrewsbury. We can have a debate about this all night, can't we? But let's see how you pronounce Shrewsbury. What about Liz? How does Liz pronounce Shrew or Shrewsbury?
What I've learned is if you're from Shrewsbury, you say Shrewsbury. If you're not from Shrewsbury, you say Shrewsbury.
So if you're from Shrewsbury, you say Shrewsbury.
There's one. I always say Shrewsbury because I'm not from Shrewsbury.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that explanation before. I've always called it Shrewsbury. Just seeing a comment from Audio Coffee. Me trying to speak in Welsh. Surprised she's not going through Llanflair, Gwenna, Golach, Celia Gogoch.
Llanflair PG.
Yeah, the short abbreviated. Llanflair, Gwenna. Oh no, bugger off. You know what? That's something I'm going to learn probably the next week. I'm going to try and pronounce that for next week's live. Yeah, for the season premiere of Storm season 25. Rachel's been there as well, by the way. Oh, this is turning audio off. Let's bring her back off there. How we doing? Let's carry on. For that town name in Wales, I tried to make a song using that place name using AI and it failed spectacularly. I think it just gave up and blew up, didn't it? I'm guessing. Lee Stevens saying that my gran can speak Welsh reasonably fluently. Oh, that's a good point there from Chris. I love to feel the sun as it slowly gets stronger. Noticed when I was out on Saturday, actually, you can start to feel the power in the sun a bit now. And to think now, the sun's about as strong as it is around about the middle of October. So definitely noticing that bit more strength in the sun, which is really nice. So Saturday was beautiful here. I'm guessing that wherever you're from might have been the same as well. I'm just glad we lost that cold air that we had over us this time last week.
I was up in Beverley yesterday, Saturday, and it was beautiful. But as the night went on, you could tell it was getting colder and colder. There was a chill back this morning. I've just entered England, just so that people know.
Welcome home. Did you get your passport stamped? Yes, I think we lost that. Was it the 10-degree isotherm? I think we're back into the probably between 5 and 10-degree isotherm. That's probably why we lost a bit of that warmth in the air.
Yeah, there was definite. The wind was definitely chill this morning.
Yeah. Well, at least it's warmer than it was this time last week.
Yes, definitely.
Matthew's
I'm now
saying
21 miles from Shrewsbury, 5 miles from Oswestry, so people know.
Okay. I also have trouble trying to say that last name. Is it Ostry?
Oswestry.
Oswestry.
That's it.
And yeah, I can hear more chuckles from the people in the comments. I listen to him trying to speak Welsh names. I start speaking in Welsh if you want me to. Matthew saying the GFS is flirting with a Scandi high again. I shall take a look at those charts in a minute. I've not seen the charts actually. They've been quite poor. Not seen any charts really since midweek. But I know most of this week's more or less, if not all this week's all Atlantic based anyway. So to take a look in a few moments. Let's put us both back on there.
I'm going to leave you to it, Michael. I'm boring driving now. It's just literally rain and.
No worries. Thank you.
I'll.
That's all right.
But I did WhatsApp you a couple of video clips.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to get onto the screen, to be honest. I'll try and find a way, even if I end up putting my phone to the camera.
Okay, take care, everybody.
Right. Potentially see you next week for Storm Season 25. We'll get back to you soon.
Yeah.
All right, drive safely.
Excellent.
Ta-ta.
Will do. Bye.
Bye. So that's Liz on the way back home from Wales. I know you've got my big forward onto your screen. So let's kind of go through the comments. I live under a mile from the Welsh border. I keep forgetting that the speed limit in built-up areas is 20, not 30. 20 is too slow. Do you think the Welsh have been too overcautious with that? Ali's saying definitely Shrew. Yeah, I've always said Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury's England just, yes, I think it's just, is it within 5-10 miles of the border? If I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to get through your comments. Paul, could I see a thunderstorm tomorrow? My name isn't Paul, but I'll have a look for you in a few moments. Still scroll down. Sue saying did not see a single thunderstorm in 2024. Hope 25 will be better. Well, like you, we've said it many times during last year. The storm season 24 was absolutely piss poor, to be honest. It's been perhaps one of the worst years I can remember, really. If we get some like some 2020, that was absolutely fantastic. 2020. I still can't forget that 1 week where I think for about a whole week I literally had a thunderstorm every single day. It was absolutely fantastic. And some of the thunderstorms we had that year as well. Let's have a look through the comments. It's very busy in the comments tonight. Thank you all for joining me this evening. What area does Liz live in? She's right just the west of Birmingham, really. Me and Liz are opposite sides of like the Birmingham area, not quite in Birmingham, but just 10, 20 miles either side of Birmingham. So if when we get the southwesterly winds, if she gets anything down her end, I know that it's going to end up coming towards me, which is a bit of a positive, really. That long Welsh name means St Mary's Church is near a rapid whirlpool and the Church of St. Tysillo near the Red Cave. I did hear something like it was something like that. Oh. James is saying that heavy showers here all night. Might see a sleet 1 or 2 if it gets cold enough. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Hot summer this year. I've not looked at any long range models myself, but we shall see. Let's go through. Anything near at the bottom of the end, the comments, so I just start running through the charts for this week. Yeah, so say Essex is normally the best for seeing thunderstorms. It was just not the best year for thunderstorm. Oh, it was not the best year for seeing thunderstorms. I understand there. Yeah, we normally get a few streams up from the south during summertime, but we didn't really see that many, if I'm honest. I said the whole storm season was just poor. Nothing really between. So we had a bit May time, then second half of September was okay, then that was it. Can't wait for the April showers, a little mix of everything. Yeah, literally the whole kitchen sink. Just collect for, well, see about that on Friday actually, our own homegrown showers developing. That's where we started to see some thunderstorms across, I think it was more northern areas, I think, on Friday. Yellow snow in April, yay. Unless you're urinating in the snow, that's the only time you're going to see yellow snow. Why am I saying more than that? Right, let's start going through the charts now. I'm just getting the tab up. Well, we're in 40 minutes to alive. That's not too bad. Oh, hang on. Let's bring up first. Let's share the tab, which will be helpful. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. 2023 was just as bad. I can't remember that, actually. I think we had a few good thunderstorms here, but then again, each place can be different, as we all know. Ah, yes. I'll take April showers over this. Hot sun between the showers to see the steam rising off the pavements. Oh, yeah. That is a nice sight to see. Sometimes you get it off the garden sheds as well. Right, let's bring up the chart from the facts chart from the Met Office. Let's have a look. Oops. Let's have a look what the Met are showing. Oh, dear me. Talk about weather fronts. There we go. Let's take myself off there. So if you like weather fronts, let's take a look at, feast your eyes on that. So we've got weather front, weather front, weather front, weather front, weather front. So we've got an deep area of low pressure set just to the south of Iceland. We've got one weather front clear on the east coast of England. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out towards the west. So a couple there affecting parts of southwest England and through the Midlands. Another one over Wales. Another one over southeastern well, through Central Ireland as well into Scotland. Another one, a collision through northwest of Ireland into Western Scotland. So, yeah, explains why we're so wet at the moment. We've got high pressure sitting towards the east of Europe. That's the same area of high pressure we had this time last week, but that's gone for a holiday down to southeast of Europe. Obviously, we're in full control of the Atlantic now, especially with this area of low pressure in the Atlantic. Then all those weather fronts seem to have disappeared, got swallowed up. Maybe once they're high, it's just getting decayed. That low pressure continues its progress northeastwards through between Iceland and the Faroe Islands. We've got this trough running through central areas that are bringing a band of showers. Potentially, God, some can't be ruled out, but I'll have a look at the Cape and Lifted. We've got this feature here coming into the west of Ireland. As we get into midnight on Tuesday, we've got this feature running through southern counties where we're going across the M4 corridor. We've got this little trough here affecting eastern area, so a few showers likely there for southeast Scotland, northeast England. We've got this weather front sat towards north of Scotland again. Potential for some rain across there. Into Tuesday, looks like maybe an area of low pressure starts to develop over towards near continents. That still could produce some of that rain towards the far southeast of England, so it could take a bit longer to clear. We've got this ridge of high pressure building up from the south there, settling things down through into Tuesday. And maybe late in the day, could see some showers affecting parts of western Scotland. And midnight into Wednesday, those weather fronts start to move closer into western areas, still on the ridge of high pressure towards the south. And through into Wednesday, these weather fronts start to cross the country, giving us maybe a spell of rain or showers across the whole country. In association with this area of low pressure towards the west of Iberia, throwing these weather fronts across. A few showers behind again on that. And into Thursday, that area of low pressure coming into the Bay of Biscay, weather front sat across northern England under a bit of the relatively warm sector there on that. Right, let's have a look at the GFS charts. The latest run from midday today. Let's put the 850 up so we can see how warm or cold the air is. And right now we're under relatively mild air. Actually, take that off there. Let's have a look at the sea level pressure charts. So there's that low pressure set towards Iceland. And through into Tuesday, we've got these weather fronts crossing southern counties. That area of low pressure potentially developing across France into parts of Germany as well. And we get that ridge of high pressure once that moves away, followed by that system there sat towards the west of Iberia. We've got another area of low pressure set towards the northeast of England there, sorry, into the North Sea. We've got this ridge as well coming up from the southwest. What happens after that? This is showing actually an area of high pressure coming up from the south actually through into Friday. Does that stick around? We've got low pressure moving towards northwest, so it's like a northwest southeast split through into next weekend. And we've got another ridge of high pressure moving up from the southwest. Low pressure up towards the north, bringing some strong winds across northern areas. And with these weather fronts, these low pressure systems, it just pushes that high pressure back towards the south. So it's got the case of further south, you are more likely to be drier. And quite windy as well, actually, across the board through to the early part of next week. So we've got really strong west to southwesterly winds, actually. That could be drawing up a lot of warm air. So let's have a look at the 850 actually with this. So yeah, any sunshine in this air mass. Again, we could see temperatures up to 14, 15, maybe 16 degrees. Let's bring that back actually, have a look at the upper airs. So through into Wednesday, we're under relatively cool air. So any clear skies through into the middle of the week. Potentially we could see a slight frost. So there's that ridge of high pressure. So depending on the cloud amount, we could see some pockets of frost with that. Maybe with all the rain around, there could be some fog around. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. So this time next week, we're getting this strong southwesterly wind. You can see that warm sector there coming in for a time before we do actually see tropical air going across northern areas in association with these low pressure systems sat towards Iceland. Once they clear through, that ridge of high pressure does try to build up from the south again, and we are under relatively mild air. We've got the 10-degree isotherm trying to get into southern areas with this. So potentially we could see temperatures up into the mid to upper teens, potentially if we see any sunshine. We've got those temperatures in a moment. Then we've got a weather front straddling across this area here, trying to bring back the cooler air. So there could be a taste of spring there for much of Western Europe as we get into days 10. Then we've got low pressure moving through from the west through into 2 weeks' time. And it's looking quite changeable. Also, we've got high pressure trying to build up from the south during that time. Let's have a look at the wind actually through this period. So this is the latest there. So current. Let's bring that forward to 9 o'clock because that's the time right now. So the strongest of the winds, it starts to clear much of England and Wales. Still quite gusty through the Irish Sea coast for the next few hours. The strongest of the winds is clearing parts of the get my words out. Strongest of the winds is clearing east coast as I speak. It's still going to be quite gusty winds underneath this heavy rain towards southern counties. So we could see gusts of up to 50, maybe 60 at a push, some exposed areas. As during the night, the winds will ease considerably and be quite light through into Monday. It's Tuesday. It could be a bit of a breeze there through into Wednesday. And maybe a touch of up to 50 mile per hour gusts there for southwest Scotland into northwest England through into Wednesday. And there's that high pressure moving up from the southwest on there. Turning quite windy towards northwest of Scotland through into Friday. Now we're getting into days where we're now 14. So 2 weeks' time, potential for some strong westerly winds there for western Scotland. Then about there through into the fantasy land at 2 weeks' time. Quite strong winds across much of northern the UK. That's where we'll start seeing those south to southwesterly winds. So we won't go any further than that. So let's have a look at the temperatures. So let's throw into tomorrow temperatures around about average for this time of year, between 4 degrees in Scotland down to about 11, 12, maybe 13 towards the southeast of England. And Tuesday again, we're around about average, ranging from around about 3 or 4 in the north down to around about 10, maybe 11 towards the southeast. Wednesday, close to average, 6s and 7s and 8s across much of the board there. Perhaps a few places might reach double digits. And into Thursday, around about average again, around about 7 to 10 degrees across the board. And I did mention about there could be the risk of some pockets of frost. So let's have a look at the moment temperatures. So under clear skies, potentially could see some frost, patchy pockets of frost here and there. Temperature will be into low single digits into Thursday morning. And also the same again for Friday. Temperature will be around freezing mark. And again into Saturday as well. So next weekend, temperatures will be around about, again, where it's been most of the week, really between 6 to 10 degrees. Let's carry on with this. We did see those temperatures potentially rising up into the mid to upper teens. So let's see if they're showing on the surface as well. Obviously, we're in the fancy land, but we'll like to see these temperatures because it's been very cold most of this month. So we're now looking into today's 8 and 9 temperatures reaching double digits, much of England and Wales. I think it's the second half of this. And next week, temperatures start to rise, and we are seeing that now. Temperatures 15, 16 degrees. If this was to come off, much of England and Wales, even parts of eastern Scotland now up to about 13, maybe 14 degrees. I think it's around about now we start seeing that southerly push. So temperatures widely into the teens, maybe 17, 18 degrees possible. Again, into Friday, temperatures into the teens, maybe reaching 17 degrees possible on that setup. And we won't go any further than that. I'm just going to look at the high resolution of the rainfall in just a moment, but while I'm on these charts here, I did see some hints of maybe stratospheric warming, so I'll give you the latest on that as well. So this obviously again latest from the GFS midday run. So this time last week there was signs of warming taking place on our European side. We are seeing that right there. Only a slight warming both sides of the North Pole. Does anything significant happen with this? Obviously, the PV is shrinking just a little bit. So we see any warming taking place. We're starting to see actually that more or less warming on the Pacific side coming in more into the North Pole. We see a lot of that upper air cold coming into Europe on this. So what happens to the surface, we shall see. And we are starting seeing signs of warming actually as we're heading to days 10 and 11. Does that increase? And it does actually, yes, we are seeing potentially of an SSW there. But could it be too late in the season for it to do anything to our weather? We shall see. And that does actually start to push into the North Pole. So that's quite interesting. Does it kill the PV is the question. It's definitely shrinking it, but that's to be continued. So there's the PV there through. It's the end of the month, it's the start. Oh, that significant warming happening. That PV is really getting stretched. But will it kill the PV? We shall see. Let's have a look what this morning's run was showing. Any similarities to that? that warming towards Europe disappears as we head towards the end of the month. Are we seeing that warming coming on there? Yes, we are as well. Is that heading towards the North Pole? Yes, it does. Does this kill the PV? We're seeing some kind of split there. So that's something we need to watch for next week. What is this, the end? Or will we see the split of the PV? We shall see. Well, where we're going now, we're heading towards an hour on here. A couple of things we'll take a look at next. We'll have a look at the high resolution. Oh, no. Let's have a look at the cable lifted to see if these risk of these showers turning potentially thundery for tomorrow. Let's have a look. So there's a tiny bit of cable lifted there. The showers, I won't rule out the odd rumble of thunder, but nothing significant. Potentially through these showers coming through tomorrow. We'll have got a high res in just a second of the rainfall. I'm saying the odd rumble of thunder can't be ruled out tomorrow. Let's come run through this week. Potentially, again, the odd rumble of thunder can't be ruled out for parts of Ireland, maybe into southwest Scotland, western Scotland on Wednesday. Maybe into parts of northwest Wales. So, it's going to be very marginal, and I mean very marginal. Into Friday, we've obviously got high pressure of the UK, and I won't go any further than that because we are really talking unrealistic. Obviously, we're not going to see any significant cape as we go towards March as yet. Right, let's have a look at the high resolution. My voice is starting to go a bit, so let's do about another 5-10 minutes of this. So we've got the UKV rainfall. Let's try that again. Why on earth that disappeared? I do not know. There we go. So this is the high resolution from the Met Office. So there's that heavy rain affecting. You need a TV license. I've got one, thank you. Goodbye. So there's a heavy rain affecting western areas as we speak. Now continued its progress. It's shown maybe a bit of a squall actually there through the night. So that's something to maybe keep an eye on. Interesting. Yeah, that clears towards the southeast during the night. We've got these heavy showers breaking out parts of Wales that look quite beefy on there. These across the country, then risk of showers through the day through parts of England and Wales, and also parts of Scotland as well. Central Scotland. So this line here, again, potentially the odd one can't be ruled out with the odd rumble of thunder. That clears towards the east through the day on Monday. Most places remain dry. There's a few showers coming into Wales. And again, some of these got some bright echoes on. So again, some of these could be on the heavy side. Risk of thunder, again, can't rule out the odd rumble of thunder, but nothing too significant there as they also progress eastwards. They just seem to die a death actually as we go through the evening. Tuesday is looking potentially the more dry day. You can see a few little showers popping up here and there, but nothing significant. And that's as far as we can go with the UKV. It's Tuesday evening. Right, that's from Steffi here. It looks like another PV stretch. It could displace the PV if nothing else. It might give the possibility of a cold snap if it comes off. That's always the thing with these situations. It's the big if. If we see any cold air coming out, where will that cold air go? It's just hard to know with these. Not every SSW gives us a cold spell, as we know from previous times. Right. Last thing we'll have a look at is what we normally look at. It's the ECM WF weekly anomaly charts. See what they're suggesting. See, could these be picking up on that potential SSW? We shall see. So I'll make sure of sharing now because I want to talk for the next 5 minutes and not have it on the screen yet. So these are the mean sea level pressure charts from the ECMWF. These are taken over a week. So what we've got on the screen now is between Monday the 24th of February through to the 3rd of May. And we've got high pressure set towards the east of Europe and through just the northwest of the Azores. We've got low pressure set over towards Iceland. We're in this westerly flow, which, well, we are. So it's going to be very changeable. Spells of rain at times. We could see a few ridges of that high pressure, which we were seeing coming up from the south occasionally. 3rd of March to the 10th of March has that low pressure sat just around about to north of the UK. We're under this low pressure. Again, winds coming in more from a westerly direction. 10th of March to 17th of March. That low pressure is more towards the north of the UK. 17th to 24th. There's no really clear signal there. Still got higher pressure, low pressure than normal sat towards the northwest of Iceland. We could be still in this west to southwesterly flow. There's no clear signal across the board, really. And 24th of March to the 31st of March has high pressure over Europe. So in this scenario, we could be looking again west to southwesterly flow. And finally, 31st of March to 7th of April has got higher pressure set over the UK. So what does that mean for the precipitation? But we expect to have between the 24th of February to 3rd of March. It's looking dry for parts of eastern Scotland and northeast England. It's looking wetter than average towards southern counties. Could that be in association with the rain we're seeing in the next 6 to 12 hours? 3rd of March to 10th of March, we are looking wetter than average across the whole of England. That has that low pressure virtue of the top of the UK there. The 10th to 17th of March has its wetter than average over northwestern areas, looking around about average elsewhere. 17th to 24th, again, we're looking slightly wetter than average towards northwest of Scotland. The 24th to 31st of March, we're looking about average to slightly drier than average. And the 31st of March to 7th, we're looking around about average. And finally, the 2 meter temperatures, 24th of February to the 3rd of March. We are looking, let's bring the keel down for that. We are looking around a degree to 3 degrees above average. But look at the warmth up there towards Scandi, we're looking around about 6 to 10 degrees above average. But then again, fast southeast of Europe there, looking around about 5 to 10 degrees below average. So that's where all that cold is at the minute, with that high pressure, with that cold air digging down towards the far east of Europe. The 3rd of March to the 10th of March, we're again warmer than average, up to about 3 degrees above. 10th to 17th, again, we're above average. 17th to the 24th, again, above average. And same again for the 24th to the 31st. And 31st to 7th of April. Right, let's bring myself back onto the screen there. Oh, good night, Suits. I've just seen everyone say good night. Yep. Suits saying I'm off now. See you get some rest. Bye-bye. Take care, my friends. What else? Oh, excuse me. Just bear with me a second. I should have prepped this up before we went live, but I didn't. I reduce behind the scenes like I used to when I've got other people with me, but there we go. So, yeah, I'm going to end the live in just a few moments' time. And we'll be back next Sunday at 7:30 for the premiere of Storm Season 25. And potentially we should have the whole team this time next week on the screen here. So, yeah, thank you for joining me this evening. I'll quickly run through your comments last time. What did I get to last time? Did anyone else pop in when I was yapping on for like the last 15 minutes? Oh, there's Steph is commenting about the PV stretch. Where's Storm Chase Paul tonight? I do not know. I've not heard from him this evening. I've not heard at all from Paul. So I don't know if he's feel a bit under the weather or not. No pun intended. So, oh yes, Liz did send me a few pictures on our things. I'm not sure that's going to catch that on the screen now because I've got my banner on. So yeah, a bit of surface flooding there on the roads she was on earlier on today or this evening. Did catch quite a bit of surface flooding really. Where some of the routes was taking on the way back. Let's have a look through the last bit of comments. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Matthew. Family funeral this week. My relatives came down from Leicester. Sorry to hear about you lost, my friend. Thank you for the fans. Thank you, Steffi. Thank you for the fans for a lovely stream. You may roll those credits. I will do in just a minute. As I mentioned, is the premiere next week of Storm Season 25, and we'll have fresh credits, which you shall see next Sunday. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Thank you, Matthew, for joining us this evening. The Storm Season has best come up with some goods. Last year was bad. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed the weather goods are kind to us. And you'll definitely see a team on more chases and also see some special lives as well. I think we might have done about 2 or 3 all year. So it kind of show you how poor it was, really. And obviously, I can't always be on the screen because apart from this, I do a full-time job as well, 5 days a week. So it's just when I can get on as well. If anything, it'd be more evenings. Thank you for PJ, Paul James. Have a great week. Thank you, and to you as well. Thanks, Michael, and the mods. Yes, thank you to Paul James and Jesus, is it James? Sorry, your name just got in my head. This is embarrassing. I want to say James, but it is, isn't it? It is James, because I've seen Paul James. I thought it can't be James as well. But yes, it is. Sorry about that, my friend James, if you're still watching. Thanks for the stream, Michael. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for joining this evening. I'll just say I want to be able to sit inside and be paranoid for no reason about storms heading this way. That veer off and make me stick 2 fingers up on the weather. We do that all the time, believe me. Good night to Laura and Smith. Yes. Thanks. If you get any dodgy weather, you'll know. Thank you for that, audio. Yes, sorry, James. Also, my old brain was going, it can't be James because there's already Paul James, but it is James. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Well, that's it. That's been the end of pre-season 25. Let's start Storm Season 25 next Sunday at 7:30 with fresh credits and you name it. And hopefully, as I said, fingers crossed, we'll have the whole team and that freezer behind me there next week as well. Thank you all for joining me, and I shall see you when I turn that comment off the screen there. There we go. See you all next week. Thanks for watching, guys. It's all right for now.